The baffling case of the missing Robert Wiles has come to this: his once trusted coworker, Toby Holt, on trial for his murder, with no body, not a single witness, and a chilling ransom note.
If you think you can outsmart us, it will cost your son his life.
We had no forensic evidence. It was absolute mystery as to what happened to Robert Wiles. It vanished without a trace.
And now prosecutor Cass Castillo seeks to convict Toby Holt for kidnapping and killing his coworker.
The level of crime from which I could prove whether it was first-degree murder or second-degree murder or manslaughter became impossible because the evidence was unavailable.
But believe it or not, Castillo says the best witness is Robert Wiles himself.
Robert Wiles would not voluntarily walk away from the family fortune in a business that he was so interested in developing that something happened to him.
The defense cites lack of evidence, but Castillo says the most damning evidence is Robert's cell phone, because everywhere it goes, there is Toby Holt.
Virtually synchronized with the cell tower usage.
It is, in many ways, more conclusive and more persuasive than if I had 3 or 4 or 5 people say they saw him do it, because that's not capable of being manipulated.
In the end, the jury agrees. Holt is found guilty of manslaughter, not guilty on kidnapping, and sentenced to 30 years in prison.
As far as the murder count is concerned, then there simply wasn't enough evidence, because we don't know what happened.
But we wanted to get some answers from the man himself, so we went to see Toby in prison, and we put it to him straight.
Did you kidnap Robert Wiles?
Absolutely not.
Did you murder Robert Wiles?
Absolutely not.
But did he have a beef with Robert Wiles or what?
There was some tension, but it was more to do with communication issues between Robert and not just myself, but with the other staff members as well.
He admits he was at the Home Depot on the night of Robert's disappearance, but denies buying that plastic wrap and duct tape.
Well, I called them up and asked them if they sold mini blinds, because we just 3 weeks earlier got a Home Depot credit card. So I was just going to send a facility guy down to get those.
And what about Robert's cell phone? How does Toby explain it showing up everywhere he goes in the days after Robert goes missing?
I'm an avid follower of CSI, and I know you can track cell phones, so it's not something that I'm going to be carrying around with me.
Incredibly, Holt says someone with Robert's phone may have been following him.
Are you saying that someone went through the trouble of orchestrating this elaborate plot to set you up?
They may have just been following me for another reason.
Who?
I suspect Steve Lindsay, but I don't know.
Steve Lindsay, the fired mechanic who threatened Robert's father. Holt's attorney also pointed the finger at Lindsay in court.
He was desperate financially. He needed money desperately.
But you think Steve Lindsay had the phone and was following you?
Yeah, I think it's possible, yes. Because they never knew where Steve Lindsay was for the 3 days.
Now, we would love to hear Steve Lindsay's side of the story, but that's never going to happen. That's because Steve Lindsay died of natural causes before Toby Holt even went to trial. And that leaves the whereabouts of Robert Wiles unknown. If Toby is the killer, he surely knows where the body can be found. And according to Castillo, he could possibly lessen his sentence if he cooperates.
What would you say to Robert Wiles' family who are pleading with you? Toby, just tell us where our son's body is.
I don't have that information. And it's sad, really, because they have been convinced that I did it, and unfortunately somebody else did it and they've gotten away with it.